Hey everybody, Matt here. Quick video. I just got to the studio. I'm getting ready to do the Atheist Experience TV show today. It's Sunday over Memorial Day weekend here in the United States. And as you can see, I'm sporting a brand new bright pink beard. I was in a competition with Arn Ra and David Smalley to raise money for Camp Quest, Texas. And one of the conditions was that if I won, I'd dye my beard pink. And here it is. Most of it came out okay. We missed a couple spots in the mustache part. And beards are difficult to actually get right. But for a first effort, I like it. I'm not going to keep it forever. It's not going to become, oh, Matt's the guy, the atheist with the pink beard. I don't think I need a trademark like that. But one of the subjects that came up today was the subject of tax exemptions. I'm no longer president of the ACA or the spokesperson for it, so I won't speak on behalf of the ACA. But the ACA is a 501c3 nonprofit educational organization at the federal level. And Texas had different laws for property tax exemptions. So we created a daughter corporation that's specifically a library. It's pretty much the same thing Madeline Murray O'Hair did when American Atheist was here in Austin. And the subject of tax exempt status just kind of came up across the board when you're looking at contributing to organizations like Camp Quest and Secular Student Alliance and the ACA and American Atheists and Atheist Alliance International and blah, blah, blah. The list just keeps going on, Freedom of Religion Foundation, etc. Any of these organizations that are tax exempt had to actually file for and qualify as a tax exempt organization under specific criteria, demonstrating that they're doing something that's in the public interest and contributing in a way that is worthy of a tax exemption. Now I want to set aside the subject of whether or not there should be taxes and whether or not there should be tax exemptions. Those are completely different subjects. My objection to religious exemptions, that as long as we're going to offer tax exemptions, they should be managed in a way that is equitable, where no organization or type of organization has an intrinsic advantage irrespective of what they actually do. And so I've said for many years, tax the churches, tax the churches, tax the churches. And it's not because I think churches are unworthy of tax exemptions. My understanding is that many churches probably do contribute to their communities, build communities, encourage a lot of the sort of things that would qualify for tax exemption. The problem is that they don't have to make any demonstration that they're actually doing this. They just say, oh, we're a religion, and they get the tax exempt status. It should be, if they're actually doing something that's in the public interest, it should be trivial for them to demonstrate that rather than getting it automatically. And here's the rub. We have separation of church and state in the United States, despite what David Barton and some revisionists want to claim. The practical application of the First Amendment allows for religious freedom and prevents the government from making laws respecting an establishment of religion. And so if the government is going to be handing out tax-exempt status, and they do so on the basis of religion, then the government is explicitly in the business of saying your religion is a legitimate religion that qualifies for tax-exempt status, and this other religion over here is not a legitimate religion that qualifies. For example, Scientology fought for many years in the U.S. to get their tax-exempt status as a religion, and eventually did. In other countries, they haven't. There was a Buddhist temple that was looking for a religious property tax exemption here in the Austin area, and they had to fight because it wasn't necessarily, or they weren't accepted right off the bat. But that means that the government is legitimizing and picking out which religions qualify, which, as far as I can tell, should be considered a violation of the First Amendment to the Constitution. And a much better solution is to say, no, you do not get tax-exempt status merely for being a religion. You can be a religious organization, a church, and you can apply for and qualify for tax-exempt status based on what you actually do. If you have a church where everybody comes in and gives donations and it just pays the preacher to preach and keep the church's lights on, that may not qualify. But if you have a church that is about serving the community and doing food drives and fundraisers and all these other things that people love to give credit to their churches for, then you could qualify fairly simply. I'm not when I say tax the churches, what I really should be saying is let's have a tax exempt status, if we're going to have one at all, that makes sense, where the books are open to the public so that we have confidence that these aren't being abused, that we know what the percentage of every dollar donated is, what percentage of every dollar donated is actually going to the efforts that we want to donate to. If every dollar donated to the ACA, 99 cents of it went to me, and a penny of it went to, or half a penny went to running the ACA, and half a penny went to charitable efforts, I'm not sure that should qualify for tax exempt status. As a matter of fact, I think I'd be pretty damned outraged. We don't have that problem, as we are all unpaid volunteers. So that's my quick take on taxing the churches. Take it from the guy with the pink beard. We need a revamp of the tax exempt status in the United States. I don't see how this isn't a violation, and I don't see how the excuses people give are anything more than appeals to tradition and a serving of a primarily religious majority. Tax exempt status shouldn't be that hard to get if you're actually doing something that's in the public interest.